Okay, that's right. You right? Madina Itikubeyeva. Okay. Rico General. Song Huiko. Alexander J. Craw. Not here. Yeah, Stephen Lee not here. Jordan E. Light. Okay. Hamid M. Masarina. Beck is not here. Taylor P. Martin. Alexander McElroy. Jason M. McQuan. Basma. You were right. Manizan. Manizan, okay. Victor Tata Jr. NGA. Hey Victor. Derek O. Nevanati. Derek. Let's see. Derek DERRICK. Derek. O. Middle name is O. Last name is NWANETI. Derek O. Naventi. Not here. Okay. Not here at 11:45. Okay, you record the video, right? Derek O. Naventi. NWANETI. Are you here? If you're here, you stand up right now. You're not here. Olivia B. Ogribo. Olivia. Eric B. Ortega. Okay. Daniel Otto. Roberto Parra. Zachary M. Peterson. Mackenzie Reese. Tristan C. Russell. Matthew D. Sander. Okay, Matthew. In the corner, right? Austin V. Schrieffer. Austin. That's Austin. And Austin. Did you do it twice? Did you raise your hand twice? This is your first time, right? Okay. Harmony say small. Brian D. Span. Okay. Jinya Terekuwa. Okay. Mackenzie E. Thompson. Okay. Colin T. Towson. Gian Anger. Brands A. Vet. Brands. Okay. Jordan J. Wagner. That's Jordan. Jordan J. Wagner. Okay. Cam G. Wilson. And Jared C. Young. Okay. And so what's time? 11:50. So Derek O. Nevati, right now is 11:56. I will ask your name again at about like half an hour later. And if you're still not here, we will check if your signature match with the signature last time or not. If it doesn't match, this means somebody else signed for you. If it's matched, that just means you just let the class in the middle. And I don't think you have the university skills, and he may have the university skills. Some emergency thing may come up, submit me the evidence to show that you have the skills. Okay, let's continue with the model diagram. Model diagram, we have gas constant of, so we try to solve this question, okay? How much heat do we need? So we go, what is the discharge temperature of the gas? Discharge temperature, the discharge temperature read directly from the graph. Okay, discharge temperature read directly from the graph. So we go up straight. What is that pressure? That pressure has to be 215 psi. That's what we want it to be, right? But what is the temperature? We read directly from the graph. So it says What's that? I can't really read it from here, but we read it directly from the graph. I think it's 200 something. 230 Fahrenheit. Okay? So this chart temperature, we read directly from the chart. Okay, we finish with question 1. The specific enthalpy H increase from H1 to H2. How much that is increased? If we know how much, then we can know how many horsepower do we need. So H1, I say is from 400 to 1800. Okay, so it go from this line, this small pink line. So that point is about 400. When it go up, that point is about 1800. Okay, so when it go up like that, that is 1800 minus 400. So that's, we have delta H, right? Almost done. We just need delta H multiplied by equal to theoretical isentropic horsepower. So what I do is, I know the delta H, and I try to get the flow rate. I know that I have 1 million standard cubic foot per day, right? So 1 million standard cubic foot per day is how many pound more per day? I want to know the unit of pound more because this is BTU per pound more. Okay, this is BTU per pound more. I think Vivek is the guy who walked out there very at the beginning, right? I see someone sign and walk in that door. No, it's not him. Who signed for him? What did you say? What did you say?
I would check your camera.
Oh, the camera just show the screen. It doesn't show anybody else. It just shows the screen. How many times did he keep doing this? When this kind of thing pop up, I kind of have questions. Is this student just sign and leave every time, or is just this one-time thing? Just go to the restroom and it's very bad there. Or what happened? What's going on? Okay, I try not to get into track. So what I do, I have CTF. Okay, I use CTF because it is the standard condition. Okay, I start with CTF. I know that PV equal to ZNRT, but as standard condition, Z equal to 1, right? And P is the pressure. I use, I rearrange it. I have N equal to PV over RT. So P will be the standard pressure, PSI, and volume is 1 million, 10 to the power of 6. R is 10.73. T is that much. Okay, that's the temperature. Okay, 60 plus 460. Then I know how many pound more, how many more per day. So I have that much more per day, right? Almost done. So I have the formula given earlier on, N multiplied by delta H, right? Delta H is 1800 minus 400. That will give me that H. N is that much. That is N. Okay. N multiplied by that give me that BTU per day. So I know BTU per day. Why it's not done? Why it's not done? Because when I buy it, they don't want it in the unit of BTU per day. They want it in the unit of horsepower. Calvin, but you have to look at his screen, but even though you already have your screen on. Mohammed, are you looking at something else? Is clearer on his screen or something? Okay. Concentrate. We try to do unit conversion, okay? BTU is the unit of energy. There is the unit of time. Energy per time gives us power. HP, horsepower, is in the unit of power. So we have to do some kind of conversion. Conversion factor that I have here is 550 pound-force foot per second equal to 1 horsepower. Okay, that's equal to 1 horsepower. And I also know that 1 BTU equal to 778 pound force foot. So what do? Let's do it. So I have that number multiplied by 778. So this will convert to pound force foot, right, from BTU. And per day, I change from per day to be per second, add more number. So this thing will be pound force foot per second already. Then I divided by 550. So I eventually know that, hey, theoretically we need 60.5 horsepower. Okay? What about the actual thing? Is this too small than the actual value or higher than the actual value? Help me. Okay, on the back. Was your volt or something?
Void.
John, right?
Yeah, John.
John. Okay. John. So is this more or less than the actual value?
Less.
Less. Actual value would be somewhat more. Okay? Read this chart temperature directly from the chart. That's 230 from here. Okay? That's 230. Good. Compression ratio is 215 divided by 65. I did the mistake during the field trip. I used a PSIG, which is wrong, right? There's question from Mr. Bullard. Like if we have 4 ounce, go up to 65 in fasting battery. So I said 10 is wrong. We have to convert to PSIA first. So 4 ounce is 4 over 16 plus 14.7 first. I have to do this first. Convert everything to PSIA plus 14.7 and then I take the ratio. Then I know the compression ratio. Good. Everything has to be PSIA before we do it. Otherwise you get 0 like me. Okay? Don't be that person. So we done with compression ratio. It should be between 3 to 4. Okay? Between 3 to 4 is good. More than 4 can be too hot. Okay? If more compression is needed, use multi-stage compression. So if I need a compression ratio of 10, like I want to go from 100 psia to 1000 psia, I cannot jump directly like that. It's too much. It's not efficient. It's going to be too hot. So I need multi-stage cooler. How many stages do I need? Here's a formula. Okay? P discharge at the end of the last stage equal to P suction at the first stage. Okay? Multiplied by R to the power of N. N is the compression ratio per stage. Compression ratio per stage. Rearrange it, I have R per stage equal to that value. Okay? So, one thing to know is every stage must have the same compression ratio. It must be the same compression ratio on each stage. Let's say I have 2 stage compressor. Stage 1 and stage 2, it must have the same compression ratio because the total power is minimum when the ratio in each stage is the same. It must be the same. Okay. With this, let's give you the example. Suction pressure is, Tulani, you restart the camera? Okay. Suction pressure is 20 psia. The required discharge pressure is 1000 psia. If I have 3 stages, what is the compression ratio? I put 1000 over 20 and I put 3 over there, then I get 3.684. Okay. What if I have 4 stages? What is the compression ratio? It will be less and less and less and less, right? So the good number is between 3 to 4. Okay. I don't want to have compression ratio of 1.1. It doesn't compress much. Even though it's very efficient, but it's not quite doing anything, right? So if I do that, R per stage is 3.6. So this means I go from 20 multiplied by 3.684 equal to 73.7. 73.7 multiplied by 3.684 give me 271.4. 271.4 multiplied by 3.684, give me 1000. That's how I get this number. And you can get it too. Can you? You may say yes, I'll check it in the exam, okay? Two-stage compression. If we have interstage cooler, we compress it, we cool it down, we compress it again. That is good. Because the dashed line over there is the adiabatic compression. It requires this much horsepower, okay? That much horsepower. But if we have interstage cooler, okay, we start from point 1, we compress it, so we cool it. Look at this one. Is it straight line? Yes, it is. We decrease the volume at a constant pressure. How do we do that? We cool it down. So when we cool it down, pressure stay constant, but it shrink, right? It shrink. Then we compress it again. Okay. By having interstage cooler, we have less horsepower requirement. We can use smaller compressor to do the same thing. Okay. It's more efficient because R value is less. Make sense? R value has to do with volumetric efficiency, right? Too high R is not efficient. So if you have two stage, you have low value of R in each stage. It's better than have one big R. Good? That's what it is. When we add interstage cooler, okay, gas coming in, hit with the inlet scrubber, liquid go out, we compress it, then we cool it. When we cool it, we have to have another scrubber. Why is that? Help me, why is that? Mobile next to you, Benedict? Is that Benedict? Why is that? Why do we need separator number 4? Why? Why do we have, what do you say?
When you cool it and the temperature goes down, you have some liquid.
What did he say, Mobile? What did she say? We cool it down and then what? Some liquid come out? Yes, I think so. It's like the rain, right? So when we cool it down, liquid coming out. Okay? So we need to remove that liquid before we compress it again. Why do we have to remove liquid before we do the compression? Basma. Why do we have to liquid? Why do we have to remove liquid before we do the compression? What? Liquid is incompressible. Okay? You cannot compress liquid, yes, you're correct. We can compress a gas. If we put something that cannot compress into a cylinder, into the chamber, it is a dead volume, right? So it doesn't do anything. It's incompressible. And it will ruin the compressor actually. So we have to remove any liquid first. No liquid, no solid, just gas that go inside. So this gas that go here has to be free of liquid. So for the gathering station or something that I showed you last time, they use the filter type mist extractor, right? To get 1 micron or more of liquid droplet out. Very efficient. You still remember about the micron thing? 10 micron to 100 micron could be removed by the mesh type. Do you remember the mesh type, drain type, filter type? That's in the exam too, okay? So we have to remove it. Remove any liquid after we cool it down. So in the model diagram, we go up. Mobile, why do we just go up?
Constant entropy.
Constant entropy, so that's a theoretical value, right? And when we cool it, why do we have to move a little bit at the angle? Why is that? Why don't we just go down straight like that? We cool at a constant pressure, right? So that line is a constant pressure line. If you cool by go down, then we don't do anything, we go back to the initial state. So we cool at a constant pressure. So B to C, that is constant pressure thing, constant pressure line. Then we compress it again from C to D. So pressure go up as well as temperature go up. It's go up at the constant entropy. Then we cool it down again. Okay? When we cool it down at constant pressure. Okay, another example. What is the amount of heat that must be removed in cooling 1 pound mole of 0.6 specific gravity natural gas at 200 psi air from 600 to 100 F? I need to have the chart. I cannot just have those values pop up. But when I look at the chart, I have 200 psi air, okay, from 6 F to 100 F. So I locate the line of 200 psi air. I locate the line of 600 F and 100 F. So the point of 100 F is over there, and the corresponding enthalpy is 500 BTU per pound mole. Okay, and for the initial point, the corresponding enthalpy is 6,000. I cool it down from 6,100, not 6,000, 6,100 to 500 BTU. I move at an angle to follow the line of constant pressure. I stay on 200 psi line. Okay, I stay on 200 psi line. I move just like that. Okay. So then delta H will be 6,100 minus 500. That gives me 5,600 BTU per pound mole. Okay. And that's the energy to remove for 1 pound mole. By now you should know how to convert between pound mole and mmSCF, right? PV equals ZnRT, that from previous example. That could be exam. Okay. If this gas is then heated from 100 to 300 Fahrenheit, how much heat is required per pound mole of gas? If we heat it at constant pressure, then we move back on the constant pressure line, then we read the enthalpy difference, specific enthalpy difference, then we multiply by pound mole. We get the amount of heat required to heat it. Okay, but normally we don't heat it. Okay, we just cool it. Okay, the derivation, conservation of energy. From here, we are about to get this equation, this final equation. So we start from equation that we have, and we expand the term delta U. The increase in internal energy can be due to the increase in temperature, change in pressure, change in the surface tension property, change in chemical potential, blah 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 blah. We neglect all these terms, I think. Okay. The increase in due to actually we don't neglect it. We keep it there, but we say temperature increase because only due to Q and irreversible work or lost work. Something that comes from friction, when we add heat directly or something, that make the temperature go up. So we say integration of TdS is Q plus W. Plug it in over here. Okay. Wi is lost work energy that could have done work but was dissipated in the flowing material. So that's a lost work energy. Rearrange it, neglect some term. Okay, we neglect the term containing sigma, surface tension energy, chemical potential. Then we have just this. Assume no change in kinetic energy, potential energy, and energy loss is negligible. So WL is gone. Okay, no chemical potential, no this term. At the end, we have this. So work done on the system cause the change in equivalent to the change in the volume. So This thing said work from the compressor can be get from area under the curve, right? Integration of VDP. Integration of VDP is area under the curve. This kind of area. Good, that's VDP. And it's about the end. I should ask. Where's the missing guy? Derek or NWANETI. Navati. How? Anyone know him? Anyone know him? You know him, John?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is he here?
Here you come.
No? Mobile, you know him?
Yeah.
Text him, tell him to meet me after class. We need to talk. I need to talk to him. Okay, we do the derivation by start from PV to the power K to constant. Do some math. Okay, use the fact that the work can be getting from the area between V and P. Then at the end, we get this formula. Okay, the point is you can substitute the value and get the horsepower thing. If we don't use this formula, we can use the chart. The some problem with this formula is we need to know the value of K, and K value can change with the temperature and pressure. Okay. And here are some more examples, and then we are done with this. Right? Do you want this thing to be in the exam? If it's not in the exam, the next exam will be more difficult. You don't want to get it 50-50? You don't want to? We have what? Next week, no exam yet, and week after next, right? I'll think about it. Maybe we should have this exam. Homework. Who haven't tried the homework yet? You haven't tried? Try to do it. It's very easy. It's easier than last time. On purpose, so that you have one more week to prepare for your exam. Okay? Goodbye, and I'll see you next time. Derek or Navenetti. Mobile. You have this phone?